Hey guys, happy Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. These days are starting to run together. I'm Coach B. Michelle, the brand coach. And so, this video we're going to be, or we, because you guys are going to be commenting. So we're going to be talking about some of the updates with the PPP money. That's the Paycheck Protection. I've kind of been on this whole little journey with most of you guys since March, making sure that people know about the funding, where to go get the funding at, because as small business owners, and especially African American and Black owned businesses, sometimes we're left out, and we don't know where to go or what to do for help. And there's a lot of information out there, so I've tried to condense and just share with you guys what I do know. So definitely share this video. So tag some of your entrepreneur friends, and I'm going to actually tag a few more people and share it while we're waiting for people to come on in. Hopefully I don't lose anybody. Okay, there's no request. Yay, TJ! Congratulations! I'm glad you guys got approved. Let's see. I want to share. So let's see. But it's only going to let me invite people though. But it's cool. I'll just invite a few people. I want to share it. I'm going to try to share it. I want to share it in some groups. But I don't know if it'll let you, but I'll just kind of see. So come on in, guys. Share this video, tag some of your other business colleagues and business owner friends and entrepreneur friends. Tag them in this video. If for sure, like they've been looking to get funding. Just gonna go over update on a couple things. I had quite a few people inbox me some questions that I think are really good for us to talk about and just to kind of shed some light on. So I will start here soon. Just want to make sure give everybody a chance to share. So that's the broadcast. I think this only lets you. So y'all have to share it to my, I guess I'll share it to the groups. And if some of you are in some of these entrepreneur groups and Black business groups and all of that, feel free to share the video in these groups as well. I know there's quite a few of them out there. Those of you in San Antonio, you can share it into some of the San Antonio Black business groups. So if you don't mind, share it in there. So this is gonna be mostly some updates. Hey Akeem. So this is gonna be mostly giving some updates on the PPP. We're gonna talk about the EIDL a little bit. I'm gonna grab some water and I'll be right back. So I always say it's gonna be short, but then I end up being on here for like an hour. But it's really good that you guys have good questions about this. So let's jump right in. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I am watching them. If you've already applied for the PPP and you don't mind sharing your information, sharing that you did, just do a thumbs up or say me in the comments if you've already, because we're going to talk about the PPP first, and then I'll get to the EIDL. So we're going to talk about some of the updates in the PPP. So thank you, Delisha, for sharing. Thank you, TJ, for sharing. So guys, make sure you share this video on your page and share it with other business owners that you know that need help, because I promise you, after every video that I've done, there's a ton of people in my inbox with a boatload of questions and everything. So hey, Brian. So if you apply for the PPP, if you don't mind sharing, just put a thumbs up or say me in the comments. Okay, Deanna, good job, good job, good job. All right. Say me or put a thumbs up in the comments if you've applied. Hey, Elaine, if you applied for the PPP, and that's the Paycheck Protection Program. So just to give a quick overview on that, the PPP is pretty much help you with payroll. Okay. So that's to help your business stay afloat from a payroll perspective so you can keep all your employees. Because they want you to keep them so they can keep them off of unemployment. And just a caveat on unemployment. So the extra money, if I'm not mistaken, it runs out in July. So this is July 1st, Cancer Nation. So it runs out, I think, at the end of this month, the extra $600 on the unemployment. That's me in your inbox asking us. No problem, Elaine. It's not only you, it's a lot of people. Which is okay. It's okay. But some of the questions are really good that a lot of people do have. So I just want to cover a couple of them with this video. So definitely hit the share button, tag some entrepreneur friends in the video. So yes, I posted a post this morning. You can go on my timeline. They have extended the PPP to August 8th. So now people can apply because they shut down all the bars. So since they shut down all the bars, for the most part, most all the bars across the country are closed. So a lot of people did follow suit with that, and none of the bars are open. So they opened the PPP back up to be able to help a lot of the bars and people who probably didn't get money in the first go round to be able to apply. So if you have an employee, so let's talk about what employees are, because I had a really interesting call this morning helping out a client. Hey Trina, thanks for joining. Hit the share button. I had a really interesting call this morning with actually one of the guys that was on the last video. So working on helping him, navigate through the SBA and everything. And I want to just really be clear what employee means. An employee is a person that you pay legitimately, that's on your payroll on paper, that receives a W-2 from your business. That is an employee. Just because you give your cousin and your daughter and your niece and nephew a little cash, that does not make them employees. No matter what state you live in, you have to apply for a W-2. Thank you, Trina. W-2 makes you an employee. Y'all know this. A 1099 is contract. Okay, so let's just talk about, I don't want to confuse people, so we're on this W-2. If your business does not give out W-2s, does not give a person a W-2, they are not an employee. Okay, you have to apply with your state unemployment office and get the nice little employee number from them, because that's how they track. So let's say you work wherever. Let's say you work for HEB. Well, you work for HEB. HEB fire you. You go to file unemployment. Well, HEB has a number that's listed with the Texas Workforce Commission. This is how they, number one, track how much money you've been paid through HEB and determine how much money to give you in unemployment. So again, if you do not pay anybody with a W-2, so if you give Ray right now a little money for coming to help you out every now and then, that's you giving Ray right now a little money. That's what that is. That is not you with employees. Okay? So sorry to bust y'all bubble. Just because you give your brother a little money for helping you, he just didn't help you. Or your sister or whoever. But what I will say, if you have children under the age of 18, you really should hire them and make them actual employees in your business. It is to your benefit during tax time. I'm not a tax professional, but I do represent some. Y'all like that, huh? So no, actually, and I always tag Anastasia, who's our B. Michelle Brandon agency, who's our CPA, Nicole Johns with TaxMax, Robert McDonald with McDonald Financial Services. So I do represent and have branded, and Brian Hayward with Snapback Taxes. So I do represent quite a few tax agencies that I've helped them develop their brand and their business. So hey Carla, hey Tiffany, hey Tomas. So get a tax professional, get your CPA, and put your kids on payroll, like and actually pay your children. Put it in an account for them. Do some great. I want to say it's either $12,000 or $14,000 tax credit you get. But don't call me. That's why you need to get a tax professional. But that I do know is a fact. Put your kids on payroll. And if you got some kids that you don't want to put on payroll, let me borrow one or two. But real talk, just joking. Put your kids on payroll if you have under the age of 18. So PPP, let's get back to it. PPP is Paycheck Protection Program. So that's if you have W-2 employees or yourself. So again, I talked about in the last video. How many solopreneurs do I have watching? If you are a solopreneur or sole proprietor, I say solopreneur, that's the new thing now. But if you are a sole proprietor, give me the thumbs up or put me in the comments. Give me the thumbs up or put me in the comments. If you are the sole proprietor, meaning only you in your business and just you on the paperwork. When can we meet to discuss this? Carla, I'll be more than happy to meet with you. Go to bmichelle.com. Can somebody put my website in the comments for me? Go to bmichelle.com. That's BMICHELE.com, and I'll be more than happy to meet with you. You can schedule a consult. So click Let's Get Started, or you can click Book a Session at the top and schedule a 1-hour consult, or however long you need, however many hours you want to talk. And you can schedule and book on the website, bmichelle.com. Can't wait to meet you, Carl. Oh, I already met you, but can't wait to talk to you about your business. So PPP. If it's just you, okay, TJ, Annette, okay, so if it's just you and your business, so if it's just you, put me or raise your hand. You are an employee of your business. So with this situation, you is one. It's just you. So here's a caveat to the PPP. Now, if you have a partner, and where my partner's at, if you got a partner, put two fingers up, or say both, or partner in the comments. Okay. Thank you, Annette. If you have a business partner, put partner in the comments. So, as a sole proprietor, you can apply for PPP because you're the sole employee, but you have to have filed a Schedule C. So this is what's going to knock a lot of people probably out, and this is why I want you guys to share the video and tag your business. And if you have small business clients, tag your clients, tag your friends, because this is some of the stuff that they don't tell people about. When you file your taxes, you have to have filed a Schedule C for the PPP. Now, on the Schedule C, line 31 should be in the positive, because that's how they dictate how much money to give on the PPP. Yes, we filed a Schedule C and we had no upload, and we had to upload proof. Yep. So if it's done right, so if anybody who needs to apply for the PPP, again, it's $130 billion still left. Okay, $130 billion still left. That was put out this morning. I posted the article on my page. There's a website that P. Diddy started called ourfairshare.org. OURFAIRSHRE, ourfairshare.org. Great place to go apply. They are on it. They connect you with a bank immediately. Okay? So ourfairshare.org, you can definitely go apply there. And you must file a Schedule C. Okay? A Schedule C is where you put all your business deductions and all of the income and everything, and you do your line item, and all of that happens on a Schedule C. This is why Schedule C is really important. This is why filing your business taxes are really important, or filing your taxes in general, but definitely filing your business on there and getting the deductions that you deserve. This is the whole point of having either a home-based business, a business that you built from scratch, or whether it's a brick and mortar. However, it's to get these tax deductions. How do you think all these major corporations manage not to pay any taxes? So even as a small business, you can manage to keep your taxes low Like I said, but see, definitely reach out to a tax professional. Like I say, Nicole Johns with TaxMax, Snapback Tax, Brian Hayward, Robert McDonald. Those are just a few that's here in San Antonio. Trina, if you're still on, definitely put tag some tax people in your city. One of my good friends, Donnell, in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama, great guy, does taxes for everybody all over the country. So definitely get with a good tax person for sure. Tammy Latrice, I'm an essential worker. Please inbox me the info. Okay. Annette says, so what happens if your business was started this year in January? Unfortunately, well, here's the thing. It has to have been, this year January is fine. You had to have had a business. You had to have a DBA or LLC or whatever you have your setup by February 15th, prior to February 15th. So if you did in January, you're good. But your DBA, your LLC had to have been filed, and this is across the board. So no matter wherever this is federal stuff. So no matter where you're watching, these are, as long as you had your business on paper, up and running and functional prior to February 15th, this year you're good to go. Because they pushed the date back to the February 15th because I think COVID really started like March time frame, but it was still swarming around in February. So again, they've extended the application date to August 8th as well. So it's $130 billion now available. They've extended the application process back to August the 8th. So now you have more business can apply because now there's a possibility that we may go back on shutdown. Now, here's the thing. Let's talk. So I had a couple people also ask me, what if they have multiple businesses? So here's the thing. And this applies for the multiple business portion and the EIDL side too, which we're going to talk about the EIDL, and that's that $10,000 grant people been clamoring over. So hold on. Now, here's the thing on multiple businesses. So if anybody here have two businesses that are in separate industries, put two businesses in the comments. Put two biz in the comments. So if you happen to have two businesses, but they're in separate industries, I want to talk about that and just shed some light on really how you should really be functioning. So when I say two separate industries for myself, so like I'm in business development. So branding is considered business development. So if I go out and I start a real estate business, that's a whole nother industry. Or if I go start a restaurant, that's a whole nother industry. So if you're in food service and you jump into health and beauty, or you're in health and beauty and you jump into food service, or you jump into real estate, that's a whole separate industry. Okay. So if you have a business that's in a total separate industry than what your first business is in, you really should separate those businesses even on paper. So that business really should have its own EIN number, its own DBA, and an LLC, honestly. So I'm going to repeat that again. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Now, y'all must be listening. Good job. Good deal. If you have a business in two separate industries, okay, so maybe you're in health and beauty and real estate. Those are two separate industries. Your real estate needs its own life, its own business, its own bank account, its own EIN number. It needs its own life from your health and beauty business. Okay, you do not want to merge them and commingle funds, because it'll be hard to separate and you won't know what business is doing what. And also, you don't want your real estate business to be liable for stuff that your restaurant business did. And vice versa. You don't want your restaurant business to be liable for stuff that your real estate business did. So, for example, let's say you have a restaurant and you have real estate. So, for example, let's say you have an issue at one of your restaurants, you go into litigation. Let's say you lose. You owe maybe $20,000. Well, with your restaurant, the money that your real estate side make is also can be swooped up in that. What Trina said, all right, it should also be registered separately. Yes. So no, yes, Trina. It should be registered separately. So when I say separate, I mean its own LLC, its own DBA, its own everything, its own bank account. If you have two businesses in two separate industries, Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, it got a little warm up in here. I got the sweating and carrying on. So again, it needs its own life, okay, guys? And I know it's costly, but I'm telling you right now, you want to spend the money. And not every state, Texas is one of the most expensive states to get LLC in. It's $300. So I get it. But at the end of the day, when you function in 2 separate industries, your stuff needs 2 separate lives for that purpose. If you happen to get sued and you have to go to court and you lose, you don't want all of your business assets and money and everything tied into this this lawsuit. So if they sue the restaurant, just let them sue the restaurant and not affect anything else that's happening over here. Info, I have a 6 p.m. call. I will send my questions later. Okay, Deanna. Send your questions later. Okay. Hey, Brian. Hey, Shantae. Hey, Trina. She said yes. So just keep that in mind for all of my serial entrepreneurs. I know everybody wants to have 7 streams of income, and I'm all for 7 streams of income, but 7 streams of income does not mean 7 different businesses. Okay? That's not what that means. That means you get them first 2 or 3 off the ground and use that money to invest in other things that's going to make you some money. That don't mean 7 businesses. But if that's what you want to do, is do 7 businesses. If they in different industries, you need to make sure they separated. But anybody got time for that. That's too much. By then, you better be making a whole lot of money. Starting 7 whole businesses. So just know, 7 streams of income does not mean start 7 businesses. That's not what that means. Okay? At all. So, as far as applying, we talked about the 2 separate businesses, because a lot of people do have 2 separate businesses. So I wanted to talk about that for the purpose of applying for the PPP and the EIDL. You can only apply for the PPP again under a separate business if it's separated. You cannot use the same EIN number and the same social security number and apply again for your other business. You cannot. You've already got all the money you was going to get under that one EIN number, unfortunately. And this is why when you have type of business where you have employees and you have situations where you have multiple businesses, this is the very reason why it's important that foundation gotta be set. Like, you have to spend time getting it together before you just jump out there. And I'm talking about nonprofits. I'm talking to y'all too. So all these nonprofit founders, churches, all of it. Because nonprofits can apply for the PPP, but you have to also have employees. You have to have them paying your nonprofit employees. Churches. Obviously, if y'all paying, you paying your secretary, you paying your church staff, you can apply as well if you did not apply in the first round. So churches can apply for the PPP to pay their staff if they did. So I know a lot of small churches can't run your business like a trap house. Trina, I put that up, boy. They was loving that one yesterday. You're right. You cannot run your business like a trap house. Look, I'm telling you, if you want to really succeed and you want to really grow a solid, sustainable business, like, you got to do it right out the gate. Like real talk. You got to do it right out the gate. So for those of you that have 2 businesses, again, if your 2 businesses do not have their own life, their own EIN number, their own LLC, their own identification, their own ID, you cannot apply again. So whatever you got that first round is kind of what you stuck with. Now, even on the same thing applies on the EIDL side. That's where the $10,000 side. So we're just gonna revisit that for just a quick moment, because I didn't EIDL y'all $10,000 grant y'all to death. But since y'all out here still getting this 10K, I hope y'all getting some business insurance. I hope that you actually use the money to start a business that you lied about and said you had. So we call a spade all 2020. So if you lied and said it got this 10, or you know somebody that lied and got the 10K, please encourage them to start a business since they lied to get the money. And make sure you get business insurance life insurance, because you're going to need it. Okay? Spend the money wisely. At least you could do is protect the brand. That's the least you could do, is get some business insurance and some life insurance. And then for those of you who do not have any yet, hit your girl up. I have awesome agents that work with the agency that are partnered with, get you some awesome insurance, get you protected on your life and your business. Because at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, if you walking around here without life insurance and business insurance, you really just, you playing. You playing games. Because there's no way that you should be running a full-fledged organization, church, or business without life insurance and without business insurance. Like, real talk. When I work with my clients and when I meet with them, especially my startups, we talk about that. That is included in the get started phase. That's included. Like, you need all of these things to set the foundation for your brand. Because if anything happens, your business has bills the way you have bills personally. You got, insurance, number one. You probably got to pay vendors. You got to buy product. Even if you have a service-based business, you probably got office space. You got supplies you have to pay. You got marketing materials. Your business has bills too. And if you out here loaning stuff and racking up business loans, if something happened to you, why you want to leave your family with your personal bills and your business bills? Like, why you want to do that? So get you some life insurance. Holler at your girl. I know some awesome agents. Get you squared away. Get some business insurance. You just never know when it's your turn. And for all of you, because y'all love to bake and cook out y'all house. So all of my home bakers that's out here selling plates and baking stuff, set your business up and get you some business insurance, especially if you got this money. Okay? Like, honestly, if you're going to get the money, let's do the right thing with it so we can have some good, sustainable black businesses in this country. And, I mean, like, this is a time where you really, we set the path. And it's like, either you going to lead or you going to get left. You lead or you going to get left. Like, real talk. So, I want everybody to apply for the money. If your business need it, apply. As long as you got the right paperwork. Some license, insurance, CPA, branding business plan. Yes, right, all of that. Manuals. Like, real talk. Thanks, Trina. Pass the collection money. Like, you either gonna lean or you gonna get left. And I want to see us win. Like, I work in this space for a reason, because I feel like small business owners, we get left out of everything. And we are the backbone of this country. Real small businesses too. Even if you got these 500 employees, I know they classify as small businesses. But honestly, the mom, the pop, or whatever we want to call it, we really make this world go round. And especially black businesses. Like Mark Cuban was on Roland Martin. Like, he go hard in the paint for small business. And black-owned businesses too, like actually helping get them funded, not necessarily on Shark Tank, but even outside. But you gotta have your stuff together to get funded. So this is the same thing. You gotta have your stuff together in order to get this funding. Now on the EIDL with the grant thing, we talked about that already. But for the new people that's on here, you are an employee of your business. For this purpose, you are considered an employee. So if you want to apply for the EIDL loan, which has a grant component, fill out the app, mark yourself as one employee. If you only have one employee, we talked about what an employee is. If you don't pay anybody a W-2, it's just you. Okay? Again, if you do not pay anybody a W-2, it's just you. You got one employee. That's part of the problem. I need the mom and pop shops to invest and run it correctly so they can get this money. Right. I promise you, yes, Trina, this is the very reason why I've been on these videos since March. Number one, this is my client base. All of my clients are small business owners, hence I work in branding for small businesses. But at the end of the day, I want us to really start building properly so we can grow properly. So we can put ourselves in a position to apply for grants, to apply for any other opportunities that come about or get government contracts. That's a whole nother video. But like, you can't even apply for government contracts if you don't have your paperwork together. You got to have business insurance to get a government contract. You got to have an LLC, preferably, to get a government contract. So there's a lot of opportunities out here. So I want us to just really be smart and make sure we stay in the game on a financial level and get our paperwork together. File y'all taxes. Stop playing. File y'all taxes. Like, really, that's a good part of it. That's right. Get a DUNS number if you need it. They actually about to convert to this SAM system as well. But with the EIDL, just really quick on that, you can apply for it twice. You can apply twice for both businesses only if you have separate EIN numbers for both of your businesses. So you can get the grant money and the loan money, but you can only apply for it with one business. You probably only get the loan once. But if you have a separate business, they have a whole nother life. You can apply for each business, but they have to be separate. You can only use one social security number and the EIN number one time. You can only use it once, so they tracking. But if you do have, if you have separated your stuff properly, and both of your businesses have, taken a hit, you can apply for the PPP with your second business under its identification, as long as you got all your paperwork together, and you can apply for the SBA with a separate EIN number, but you can only use one time. So just a quick recap. Thank you guys for participating. Hey Cedric, hey Sean, hit the share button, tag your entrepreneur friends, tag your small business friends. So August 8th is the deadline for the PPP. Small businesses, please apply. Please make sure you have all your paperwork together. If you did not file your taxes, and preferably if you did not file a Schedule C, no need to apply. Okay? If you did not file your taxes and you did not file a Schedule C, no need to apply, because you will need to turn all of those papers in. Matter of fact, you're going to need bank statements. So if you do not have a business bank account, this is the perfect time for you to get one, my friends. In order to get a business bank account, you're going to need an EIN number, a DBA, or an LLC. And if you have an LLC, you're going to need an operating agreement. Okay? And if you have partners, you're going to need a partnership agreement in order to open up. Most banks are going to want to see those documents in order for you to open up a business bank account. And if you have an LLC, honestly, legally, you have to have a business bank account once you get the LLC and the EIN. So that pretty much just takes that. But you want to do that sooner than later. And all of my, just real quick, I see I got, hey Marilyn, I'm glad she popped in there, which made me think about my MLM. So if you're in Mary Kay, paparazzi, and all of that, just like I even tell my realtors, get an LLC, create you an LLC, and do your business, do your Mary Kay, do your business up under your LLC. Like for all of you that's in MLMs, you can still provide these services and these products with this company, but set you up an LLC so that way you can have a little bit more flexibility with your business, and you can then be involved in other areas. Because right now, they see your 1099, and it's a home-based business, but if you want to take it a little further, you really create yourself an LLC and still offer these same services. And call it and DBA it, whatever you want to do. I know like with a lot of paparazzi, they do like $5 Diva. You can DBA whatever name you want to DBA. But create your umbrella. Create you an umbrella if you're in the MLM. And that way you just got a little bit more flexibility, even with taxes and different things. You open yourself up to a few more options when you do that, versus just getting that 1099 from either paparazzi or Mary Kay or Primerica or whatever MLM that you're with. So let's think. We got to start thinking beyond and thinking outside the box here. Like, do the things that you need to do to really take your business forward. But one thing I did tell people with the EIDL, if you do get offered the loan, again, I'm going to say you should take it and use the capital to grow your business and in your business. Because number one, who knows what's going to happen? If we may come to a point where they got to shut this thing back down again. Like, honestly. And you want to have capital at your disposal. Great information. You're welcome, Marilyn. Thank you for sharing. So if you're on here and you just hopped on, thank you guys for joining. Hit the share button. Tag your colleagues, your business friends, all of that. Again, like, we have to be in the mindset of winning. And the only way we're going to win is making sure that we be able to stay in the game with proper paperwork. Because when that's out of whack, you can't even roll up in a bank and ask for nothing. You can't. And as a black person, we already know how predatory lending works and the issues we have getting capital. I don't know if y'all know, but like 0.1%, 0.2% of black business actually are in the venture capital, like actually are able to get capital from venture capitalists, like 0.1 or 2 or so percent. That is a very small percent of all the billions of dollars that venture capitalists give out, and only 0.1 or 2% of black-owned businesses are actually able to get them. And because a lot of us don't have business plans or know what business model we're operating with, or have a plan to scale. So let's start being in that mindset with our business, whatever it may be, of growth. So right now everybody's looking to support black-owned businesses, but make sure we also give people something to support. And that's really important. So, okay, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll let it go for a little while, see if you guys have any more questions. Again, it's $130 billion left in the PPP. That's the Paycheck Protection. If you have not applied, you should. But again, you will need to have filed a Schedule C on your taxes. And line 31 needs to be in the positive in order for you to apply for the PPP. The EIDL, it doesn't matter. If you got the PPP already, can you apply again? I don't know. You can't apply again unless you have a separate, unless they come out with something new. I haven't seen anything that say they're letting people apply again. You can only apply again if you have a separate business that possibly has its own EIN number, and you have an LLC that has its own life, its own EIN number and everything. Because then you would apply with that information for that business. But once you use your EIN number, your social security number, once you can't use it again. And that's what I was saying earlier in the video. If you have two businesses that are in separate industries, so for Damalia, like how you're in the hair industry, like let's say you had a real estate company, anything outside of hair would constitute a separate industry. So you'd want to create a whole LLC, DBA, EIN, all of that for that separate business, because it needs its own life and you don't want it attached to each other. More so for like litigation reasons. So you don't want to necessarily do that. So Clarence said, if it is a loan or a grant, a loan that is supposed to be turning into a grant, please clarify. Okay. So PPP, so yes, so sorry. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I got sidetracked. Sorry, guys. The PPP, let's talk about that as far as the forgiveness part. They also lowered the amount you have to use. You now only have to use 60% on payroll. It was 75. So it's now only 65, it's only 60% for payroll. And that's why it's important, like even as a sole proprietor, you have to pay yourself. So you need to write yourself a check from your business to show that you paid yourself the money. So when it's time for you to apply for the forgiveness, you have documentation. The other money can be used towards business expenses. Is it a loan? Okay, it's a loan. So yeah, so it starts out as a loan, but it goes to a forgiving grant as long as you meet all the requirements. Now, if you have employees and you got the money, then you need to make sure you got 8 weeks to pay your employees. You cannot fire anybody in that 8-week time frame. You have to keep in, or you can opt for the December, the 24-week option, and they give you at least up until December to either find new employees or bring your employees back. And then once you start, then you'll apply for the forgiveness after you brought them back and everybody's been in cycle for 8 weeks, and then you apply. But as a sole proprietor, your 8 weeks start from the time the money is dropped into your account. And then you have 8 weeks to pay yourself the money far as on a payroll. And that's what I was saying in the last video. A lot of us that have LLCs, we're used to just drawing money out the account because with the LLC, we can just take a draw. You don't really want to do that. You want to actually pay yourself so you can show proof. So that way when you apply for the forgiveness, you meet the criteria and it's approved. And you don't have to worry about paying the money back. Now the EIDL, that initial money they give you up front, that is a grant. It doesn't have to be repaid. It clearly says it on the website. But the loan portion, when they say, hey, you've been approved for this amount of loan, it's a loan because they tell you all of the requirements on there. But the PPP can be, you can apply for forgiveness. Yes, I have an LLC in it. So yeah, so if you have an LLC and an EIN number for a whole separate business, then you can apply again for that business. Clarence, did that clear it up for you? What if they did not come back due to them getting more? So that's a good question, Damalia. So you can actually, there's 2 options you can opt for, the 8 or the 24 week, which is like December. So you can opt for the December payback. That way it gives you time up until December to get new employees, or wait for your employees to get done collecting them unemployment checks, and then they come back to work because they realize they paying people to stay at home. So you can wait for their unemployment to run out, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna want their job back. And that way, as long as it happens before December, so it's either 8 weeks or 24 weeks, and 24 weeks is about December time frame. Yeah. All right. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining. So if you're on here, please hit the share button. Share this information out on your pages for me, please. We want to make sure that we get this out to as many people as possible. So number one, I want to see our business. I want to see us win and take advantage of the opportunities that we need to really grow our business. Because there's a possibility that it may get shut. We may get shut down again. So number one is open. So if you didn't apply, this is your time to apply in case we go on lockdown again, or they start closing essential businesses again. So, you know, they're probably going to continue to make changes to it because I didn't even see, I mean, this was unexpected. They extended it to 8 weeks and there's still more money left. So it started out at like $660 billion. So now it's down to 130 that's left. So be sure to apply for both ends. As a sole proprietor, you can apply for the PPP. Just make sure that you filed a Schedule C. Make sure you file a Schedule C on your taxes. So definitely want to make sure you tell your friends. Let's take advantage of this opportunity to really, grow your business and use it to, either get an employee, bring back employees that you had, especially even with the EIDL loan. It's an opportunity for you to really even grow your business and do some things in your business that you've been wanting to do but didn't have the capital to do. So lots of, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date with a lot of the changes that's happening as best I can with new stuff, but definitely be sure to apply. And by the way, it's early voting. Let me just throw that in there, early voting. So hopefully y'all voting, especially in San Antonio or in Texas, early voting. So if any more questions? So thank you guys for watching, for sharing. I really do appreciate the videos. Have been doing really good, and I thank you guys for your support. If anyone wants to talk in depth about their situation, you can go to bmichelle.com and schedule a 1-hour consult, and I'll be happy to meet with you over Zoom, and we can kind of hash it out and talk about your business or whatever you need to get done with, and I'll provide you with whatever resources I have available to help you So you go to bmichelle.com and schedule a 1 hour consult, or however many hours you need. You can schedule on the site, and it'll send me a nice little notification to my phone that you schedule. So if you have any additional questions, so we'll let it run. So please share the video, tag your friends, share it in these, share it in some of these business groups as well. And when I end the video, I'm actually share it in some of the groups also, because I know sometimes people can't necessarily watch it at the time that it's happening. But any more questions as far as the PPP, loan or the EIDL 10K? And again, if you don't have 10 employees, don't put 10 employees in that box. Like, don't play with the feds like that. Don't do it. It just don't. Who knows when they're gonna come back and do this good audit and ask you for proof of your 10 employees that you don't have. I promise you, you don't even want that in your life. So just get your $1,000 and enjoy. So if no more questions, all right. If you think of anything, put it in the comments or inbox me Friday. Outside of being my birthday on Friday, it's Free Lunch Fridays. So make sure you download the Is the City app and redeem your free lunch. You can stop by Barbecue Life by Chris and pick up your free lunch. I missed the beginning. So has the PPP loan been extended? Yes, Tanya, it got extended to August the 8th. Yes, it got extended. You can now apply up until August the 8th for it. Oh, yesterday was the expiration date. I think since they knew all these bars were closed, they decided to go ahead and extend it out. At least that's kind of what I took from the article. And the article's on my timeline. It should be maybe like the third one down. So the article's on my timeline. But yeah, it did get extended. And I want to say the EIDL is still open too. So just apply. At least especially with the EIDL. Like, if you do have a legitimate business, just apply so that way you can get the loan. And hopefully maybe they offer you the loan even if you don't get the grant money. Or vice versa, you get the grant money even if you don't get the loan money. Or either one. All right, well, that'll do it. Well, thank you guys. Again, I always say this is going to be quick updates, but you guys are so interactive and I love it. And you ask a lot of questions, so totally appreciate it. Thank you guys for everybody that shared and tagged their friends. And let's just encourage the people in our circle to, get their business together, get their foundation off to a good, solid one so that their business can be around for a while. All right. Like I said, if any more questions, you can inbox me or you can put them on here, and you can schedule a consult at bmichelle.com if you have like in-depth, like personal stuff for your particular business that you want to talk about. Be more than happy to meet with you. All right, guys, have a good night, and I will see some of y'all on Friday at Free Lunch Fridays or the birthday party, the COVID-friendly birthday party. Will just be a drive-in, so we're gonna be watching Boomerang in your car. So at Flames Cafe, but there's the invites on my page as well. So it's open to the public, and we want to try to support these sisters that just got their business open, Flames Cafe SA. So come out, sit in your car, watch Boomerang, and enjoy some good food. All right, peace. And as always, put your best brand forward. Bye.